We bring you the latest edition of MBC News with me, Raymond Sekeni, and Lynn Lemponda is my sign language interpreter tonight. Our top stories. President Dr. Lazarus Chakwera attends Mass at St. Peter's Catholic Cathedral in Mzuzu. Malawi University of Science and Technology appeals for support to bridge a 2 billion kwacha gap necessary to complete a cutting-edge laboratory facility. And in sports, FCB Nyasa Big Bullets and Blue Eagles complete the FDH Bank semi-finals set following their quarter-final wins on Sunday afternoon. Glad you could join us. And out of our first story, Mzuzu Catholic Diocese has encouraged Malawians to continue praying for God's intervention on some social challenges facing the nation. Auxiliary Bishop Yohani Nyirenda of the diocese gave the call during the Sunday Mass at St. Peter's Cathedral in Mzuzu, where President Dr. Lazarus Chakwera and First Lady Madam Monica Chakwera were in attendance. Jackson Sichali with the details.
Acknowledging the crucial role of prayer in overcoming social setbacks, the diocese has called on all denominations in the country to persistently pray for the nation. Auxiliary Bishop Nyirenda, who led the service, began by recognizing President Chakwera's presence, noting that a leader who seeks God is a blessing to the nation. Bishop Nyirenda emphasized that while God uses leaders as channels for answers, He is the ultimate source of breakthroughs. He urged the faith community to pray for their leaders, asking for divine wisdom as they guide the nation. Quoting the Bible book of Exodus, Bishop Nyirenda underscored the importance of directing our shortcomings to God, who has the power to revitalize the nation.
We dwell much on the provision that God gives to His people. In the Old Testament, the people complained to Him when they were in the desert, and He gave them manna. In the New Testament, they followed Jesus because they wanted to be filled, to be fed. So we see that historically and theologically, people have been asking the leaders. They have been asking God through the leaders. So I was reminding the people that it is the same thing today, that we are lodging our complaints. Even if we are directing our complaints, let's say to the bishop, I started with the bishop myself, or to the priests, to the leaders of the country. But we should know, even as leaders, that these complaints are addressed to God, and we are the channels of God. God works through the leaders to help the people in their yearnings, to help the people in their grievances, to provide for the people. So we are the channels, and then therefore I also appeal to the people and all the leaders that we need also to pray, that we must realize that the author of everything is God Himself. So as we work, we should realize that the source of all good things is God.
On partnership with government in implementing different developmental programs, Bishop Nyirenda said the diocese continues to build schools, hospitals and other projects to better livelihoods of Malawians.
We do have schools, we do have hospitals, we do have parishes and other institutions that are meant to help the people, both physically and spiritually. And in this doing, we are also assisting the development of the country, because these institutions serve the country. They serve the citizens of Malawi. So yes, indeed, we're in line with the development goals, the plans of the development, and we will continue assisting government as a church.
St. Peter's Catholic Church has 1,600 members. The service of worship was also attended by chiefs, government officials, and clergy from other churches. Jackson Sijali, MBC News, Mzuzu.
Vice President Dr. Michael Osi has asked the church to pray for the country's leadership, saying it's through wisdom that Malawi will develop. Dr. Usi was speaking at the induction service of Reverend Robert Kanduya as the General Secretary of Zambezi Evangelical Church in Blantyre. Secret Segula with the details.
Vice President Dr. Michael Usi, speaking after the induction ceremony of Reverend Robert Kanduya as General Secretary for the Zambezi Evangelical Mission at Mitsidi in Blantyre, acknowledged that the country has faced a lot of challenges, citing the dry spell, COVID-19, and second Freddy over the recent past, soon after President Lazarus Chakwera got in power. However, Dr. Usi was quick to assure the gathering that the situation is improving. He said government has lined up a number of projects set to improve the livelihoods of Malawians. At this point, Dr. Usi asked the church to pray for the country's leaders for wisdom and guidance as the country is still recovering from some climatic shocks. The Vice President also assured Zambezi Evangelical Church that government will work with the mission as it complements government's development programs. Taking his turn, the newly inducted General Secretary, Reverend Robert Kanduya, thanked the Vice President for gracing the occasion and also assured the congregation of his dedication to God's work. The Zambezi Evangelical Church came to Malawi in 1895 by Reverend Joseph Booth from Australia and has over 500,000 membership across the country. Secret Segula, NBC News, Blantyre.
Global President of the Institute of Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport, CILT, Chief Tine Owusu Note, has arrived in the country for a number of engagements. Speaking upon arrival at Kamuzu International Airport in Lilongwe, Note said his visit aims at strengthening partnership with Malawi chapter of the organization, besides making assessment of training being offered in Malawi in the field.
Our visit here today is to foster collaboration between CILT International and CILT Malawi. And among the things we do is that we normally go to our branches to establish ourselves, to give them more brand proposition. And our visit here today especially is to help in looking at some of the quality in the education that you run here. That's our courses. And also support the women in logistics and transport. That's a special arm of our organization and the next generation. Our visit here again is to have a courtesy call on Her Excellency Dr. Joyce Banda to forge collaboration between CILT International and her foundation. We believe in women empowerment, especially the young child. We want them to grow up to be professionals as we have. So it's part of the things that we do, that we give equal opportunity to everyone globally in establishing the industry that we believe in.
Commenting on the development, President of CILT Malawi chapter, Cuthbert Chinguo, said it is a welcome development that the global president of CILT has visited Malawi, more especially at a time when the logistics sector is developing in the country through rail systems, construction of roads, and other things.
We are thrilled today to welcome the international president of the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport, Chief TET. His coming will bring a lot of collaboration between the Malawi branch and the International Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport. Apart from just visiting, he will also take time to have interactions with institutions of higher learning that offer professional transport and logistics courses. He has a meeting with the Malawi University of Business and Applied Sciences, MUBAS. He also has a scheduled visit with the Malawi College of Accountancy.
You're watching NBC News with me, Raymond Segeni, and my sign language interpreter is Linley Mponda. And remember, you can access all NBC digital platforms by scanning the QR code at the top right corner of your TV screen. A reminder of our top stories. President Dr. Lazarus Chakwera attends Mass at St. Peter's Catholic Cathedral in Mzuzu. Malawi University of Science and Technology appeals for support to bridge a 2 billion kwacha gap necessary to complete a cutting-edge laboratory facility. And in sports, FCB Nyasa Big Bullets and Blue Eagles complete the FDH Bank semi-finals set following their quarter-final wins on Sunday afternoon.
It keeps getting better and better. After successfully opening Maranatha Capital Girls Academy, your request to open Maranatha Capital Boys Academy has come to pass. Welcome to Maranatha Capital Boys Academy, situated 50 kilometers from Lilongwe at Mponela Trading Center. We uphold our promise to produce the best in all students, a perfect diet, a conducive learning environment with dedicated members of staff is what we stand for. Turn that dream into reality by joining Maranatha Capital Boys Academy. Register now while places are still available by contacting us on 0888 993 232, 0993 832 832 and 0991 276 273. Maranatha Private Academy. We set the pace, others follow.
Welcome to St. Peter's Private Schools in Mponela, where we prepare our students for the future with excellence, diversity, and innovation. St. Peter's Private Schools in Mponela offers a wide range of academic programs that cater for the interests and abilities of our students. Our teachers are qualified, experienced, and dedicated to helping learners achieve their goals. We have 3 schools under St. Peter's Private Schools. We have a primary school, boys' secondary school, and a girls' secondary school at your disposal. Science and technology are crucial in today's world. We have audio visual learning facilities, state-of-the-art laboratory, and a modern and well-equipped library. At St. Peter's Private Schools in Mponela, we also celebrate our diversity and our culture. We also prepare our students for the next stage of their lives. So what are you waiting for? Join us at St. Peter's Private Schools in Mponela today and discover your potential. St. Peter's Private Schools in Mponela.
Welcome back. Over 5 civil society organizations led by concerned citizens grouping have denounced Malawi first demonstrations which are scheduled to be held on 8 August, saying the reasons are not worth it. Speaking during a media briefing in Lilongwe, some of the CSO's child rights advocacy, Mbadwa Zokuzika, Tigirani Manja human rights ambassadors, and Paralegal Aid Center coaxing Malawians to demonstrate on tax stamp the Malawi Revenue Authority is implementing is uncalled for. They say the tax stamp, once implemented, will help the country to deal with smuggling of goods in the country.
To implement a stamp exercise, we believe it's the only way to fight against smuggling and the illegal entry of unauthentic and illegal substandard materials that enter the country and flood our markets. Again, we also came here to refute the lies that have been made as a reason for the demonstrations against the NRB, that minors are being registered. So we are trying to advocate to the public to say minors cannot be registered under the conditions of NRB, because for one to be registered, a parent, a village chief, and at least a literally enlightened individual, such as a headmaster of the nearest registering center, is there to make sure that the person is really 16 years or above.
An appeal has gone out to Malawians to support the Malawi University of Science and Technology must bridge a 2 billion kwacha gap necessary to complete a cutting-edge laboratory facility at its campus in Tyolo. Board chairperson for MUST, Matthews Mtumbuka, made the appeal when Public Accounts Committee of Parliament inspected development projects at the college. Terson Magombo has compiled this report.
the multi-billion kwacha purpose-built laboratory is expected to advance scientific excellence and research capacity when completed. Speaking after inspecting the construction works on the site, Vice Chairperson for Public Accounts Committee of Parliament, Nedson Poya, commended the contractor for quality workmanship.
Happiness. This is the project that is being funded by Malawi government through PSIP. This is our own project. The only problem that we've seen is the progress has slowed down a little bit because of funding, because the contractor produced at least 2 certificates, which is costing us around 2 billion. So as a community, we'll take it up from there to talk to the government to fund the contractor so that we finish this project in time. As we can see, it is showing that they're supposed to finish by 27th June next year. So once we fund them, it means the students here will start to use this beautiful amenity.
The committee's visit has been welcomed by the college administration, who expressed gratitude for the recognition and commitment to the project's success. However, board chairperson for MUST, Matthews Mtumbuka, asked the committee to lobby for the 2 billion kwacha shortfall that may delay the project.
So this lab will come with modern equipment. It means that the students will be learning state-of-the-art knowledge that is current and going forward, rather than backward or old-fashioned equipment which may not be fit and relevant in the modern world. So being a progressive investor, we want to be at the cutting edge of technology, and this laboratory brings that hope to the students as well as to our lecturers.
The project is a significant milestone in the college's history and a testament to the government's investment in education and infrastructure.
In business news, the Malawi Revenue Authority MRA says there is need for sensitizing traders in the country on cross-border trade. Deputy Commissioner for Customs in Lilongwe, Kumbo Gondwe, made the remarks during an engagement meeting between Cross-Border Traders Association and stakeholders on challenges affecting cross-border trading in the country. According to Gondwe, sensitizing such traders can help clear misinformation about the trade. Lonjezo Msodowoka reports.
The workshop comes at the time cross-border traders are facing challenges in the country in relation to trading activities such as non-tariff barriers and lengthy time to access passports. According to Cross-Border Traders Association President Steve Yohani, the meeting will help to appreciate such challenges and how best to deal with them collectively. Yohani said cross-border trade needs collaboration and networking to enable the country contribute fully to its development agenda.
The roadblock checkpoints is all over. So we need at least, as Malawi is one of the members that signed the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. So to implement these platforms, we need at least to reduce some of the problems and the challenges that the traders are facing so that Malawi can grow fast. And Deputy Commissioner for Customs at Lilongwe MRA offices, Kumbo Gondwe, observed a high rate of misinformation about the trade, hence need for sensitization of cross-border trade activities.
Most of the traders are applying trade in Malawi, but they don't have the requisite information. The second thing I've observed is there's a lot of misinformation. Yeah, so some information is flying around, but it's not correct information. The other issues is to do with delays in officers processing the actual declarations. Some have been bordering on issues of bribery and corruption.
On the issue of passport delays, Senior Assistant Commissioner of Immigration Andrew Chifugwa said the Immigration Department has resumed its normal operations, hoping to deal with the challenges that have been there.
We have devised a way where we are working during night hours. And we have shifts like from 6 to 2 and 2 to 10 and 10 to 6 in the morning. This strategy is helping so much because many people now are able to access their passports.
The meeting, among others, attracted cross-border traders, officials from the Ministry of Trade and Industry, Immigration Department, Malawi Revenue Authority MRA, and Malawi Police Service. Lonjezo Msodowoka, MBC News, Lilongwe.
A groundbreaking initiative is underway in Malawi as nearly 30,000 Standard 1 and 2 teachers are undergoing training under the UK-supported numeracy program. The program provides an easy and innovative way of teaching and learning mathematics to Standard 1 and 2 learners. Mrs. Amawa followed some of the training sessions at Limbi Primary School in Blantyre, and she now reports.
The numeracy program is trying to improve the teaching and learning of mathematics in the lower primary school grades. This follows research findings that indicate that Malawi is lagging behind compared to other countries in the SADC region. The numeracy program provides learning strategies for learners so that they must develop a strong foundation for mathematics. The program is also a revised curriculum that emphasizes on problem solving, critical thinking and understanding mathematics and not just memorizing concepts. Angela Chilapondwa is a master trainer and a teacher who has used the pilot phase of the new textbooks, and she shares her experience.
The ones that we were using previously, they were limiting learners' expectations, and their environment was also limited. Thereby, the learners were not able to interact with mathematics flexibly. As they were progressing to upper standards, their interest in mathematics was going low because their mathematics was becoming hard. But now that they are interacting with this new curriculum, they are flexible in dealing with mathematics, and they are actually enjoying. And every time, whenever you are teaching them, when you tell them that it's time for mathematics, every class is excited, every learner is excited.
Chimwemwe Chavula is among the trainers, and he explains.
The books we are using what are called workbooks, where learners will write the mathematics concepts in the books themselves. They are not using notebooks or textbooks, we are using workbooks. So that is motivating learners to come to school on an everyday basis.
Pliska Kulinjika is one of the Standard 1 and Standard 2 primary school teachers from Namame Primary School, currently undergoing the numeracy program. She says the new mathematics curriculum is interactive, thereby making it interesting for both teachers and learners.
First is hard, but with this program, I think it's easy because they explain more.
Each child will receive a high-quality workbook designed to make learning mathematics engaging and easier. Every page of the workbook represents a lesson bridging the gap between classroom and home learning. The UK government is supporting the project with funding that is, among other things, helping the ministry to pay for the workbooks. Ariana Zanolini is a senior education advisor from the British High Commission office, and she explains more.
To say this is a reform from the ministry that doesn't have an end. This is the revised curriculum and will continue this way as far as I understand. And this is really, the UK is supporting with funding. For example, we are helping the ministry pay for the workbooks and some of these trainings as well. But the leadership is with the ministry. So so far we have given, we intend to continue going forward, at least for the next 4 or 5 years, so that the kids can really have a strong foundations and the teachers as well.
Additionally, leadership training will be offered to head teachers, pairs and section heads on how they can support teachers who have undergone the numeracy program. On the other hand, in September, 490 vulnerable girls, including 50 with disabilities, will receive scholarships to attend secondary school, thanks to the UK's new scholarship program. Mercy Zamawa, MBC News, London.
And in sports, FCB Nyasa Big Bullets and Blue Eagles have completed the FDH Bank semi-finals set following their quarter-final wins on Sunday afternoon. Bullets were a 1-0 winners over Civil Service United, while the Policemen edged Baka City 3-0. Amin Musa has the details.
At Kamuzu Stadium, Bullets and Civil played to a goalless draw in the first half, but the defending champions scored through substitute Precious Piri in last minute of stoppage time to set a semi-final tie with the Lions of Kaningina Moyale Barracks. Sivo played one man down in last 14 minutes of the match as Charles Mafaiti was flashed a second yellow card following a deliberate foul on Ephraim Kondowe. This was the first time for the Sevens to reach the Cup's quarter-final. And at Karonga Stadium, the lower league's last standing team in the competition, Blue Eagles, edged past the TNM Super League giants Baka City by 3-0. Shuma Gakwari scored a brace while Paul Master added the third goal to salvage a semi-final slot for the Area 30 Policemen and the Odette Karonga United. Bullets are the Cup's defending champions, having won it twice, while Silver Strikers were the inaugural winners. Amin Musa, NBC Sport, Blantyre.
Well, that item wraps up this edition of NBC News. A reminder of our top stories before we leave. President Dr. Lazarus Chakwera attends Mass at St. Peter's Catholic Cathedral in Mzuzu. Malawi University of Science and Technology appeals for support to bridge a 2 billion kwacha gap necessary to complete a cutting-edge laboratory facility. And in sports, FCB, Nyasa, Big Bullets and Blue Eagles complete the FDH Bank semi-finals set following their quarter-final wins on Sunday afternoon. For more on these and other stories, follow our online platforms, MBC Digital, that's on Facebook, and our website, mbc.mw. You can as well access all MBC Digital platforms by scanning the QR code at the top right corner of your TV screen. I am Raymond Segeni, and Lynn Lemponda was our sign language in
another